30 on KRON 4.
Go to KRON4.com and click on the gift store link for half-price gift certificates.
Live, this is KRON 4 News at 11.
Developing news begins our newscast tonight. An emergency meeting is still going on at this hour in Sacramento. Top state lawmakers and the governor are in a closed-door session trying to hammer out a budget deal. KRON 4's Holly Jewson is monitoring the situation from our newsroom and joins us with our top story at 11. Holly.
Well, Pam, I have some new developments. Just minutes ago, I received an email from a state official in Sacramento. This meeting is expected to go late into the night. It's a closed-door meeting that's been going on since 2:30 this afternoon. Now, of course, this is an urgent matter as the state continues to go deeper in the red. As California runs dangerously low on cash, state leaders are trying to strike a compromise on the $42 billion budget gap. Democrats are trying to raise taxes. Republicans are pushing back. And the pressure is on because the state no longer has enough money to pay its ongoing bills. In fact, the state has begun delaying tax refund checks, which means the tax return you're counting on, which normally takes about 5 to 7 days to get, will now be put on hold for a month. And if there's no deal by Friday, state government workers will take their first furlough day. Governor Schwarzenegger has ordered state employees to take 2 days off a month without pay to save $1.4 billion over the next year and a half. For months now, Democrats and the governor have proposed a combination of tax hikes and spending cuts to close the deficit, but Republicans have refused to go along. Lawmakers have already missed their self-imposed February 1st deadline to have a budget deal. State Controller John Chung says that a deal must be struck soon to get cash flowing back into the slow economy. Holly Jewson, KRON 4 News.
Some good news for California college students having a tough time making ends meet. Last month, the state said that it would delay some financial aid payments because of the current money crisis. Well, now the University of California announced that it will use reserves to cover those students who receive Cal Grant state aid. Despite the good news, though, for current students, enrollment has already been cut back next semester due to the stalled budget. A retail leader across the country now, Macy's, is laying off 7,000 of its workers. And of that 7,000, San Francisco will suffer the largest loss of jobs. KRON 4's Kate Thompson has the latest on the layoffs.
Gathered into the Grand Hyatt Ballroom this morning, just blocks from Macy's flagship store in Union Square, the rumors of layoffs became a reality for hundreds of Macy's employees in San Francisco. As part of a company-wide cost-cutting effort, the retail giant plans to cut 7,000 jobs nationwide. Streamlining operations means eliminating nearly 40% of executive positions in its regional offices. The biggest cut? 1,400 executive positions in San Francisco at the Macy's West office. Other big losses, 850 jobs in Atlanta and 600 in Miami. Some executives will be considered for 1,200 new positions if they'll relocate to New York City or Macy's headquarters in Cincinnati. Macy's has already begun cutting 5,100 positions from store staff. Each store will average a loss of 5 or 6 jobs to try to reduce the impact on customer service. The savings of these layoffs, $650 million over the next 2 years. But it will cost Macy's a pretty penny to carry out the layoffs. $400 million, which will include severance and relocation assistance. For those lucky enough to keep their jobs, they're also receiving some bad news. Managers will not be receiving any pay increases, and employees will be getting a smaller contribution to their 401k program. Macy's is also considering taking even more extreme steps by getting rid of company cars and getting rid of employee discounts. Reporting from Union Square, Kate Thompson, KRON 4 News.
Some major changes in the weather forecast this week. Today we saw near record highs in some sections of the Bay Area. Now rain finally is headed our way. Jacqueline Bennett has details. Here are some of the records, or near records.
Near records, yeah. It's hard to believe when you look at some of these temperatures that are 70 degrees or higher, that temperatures will be in the 50s by the middle of this week. Take a look at some of these near record highs for today. Oakland and San Jose, both just a degree off that record high. Mountain View a couple degrees short of that, and other areas several degrees short, but we're still definitely on the warm warm side. Looking ahead to what we're going to see tomorrow and into the rest of the week, patchy valley fog tomorrow morning, then another nice and warm day, potential record breaker tomorrow. The changes will start late Wednesday, and then we're going to see widespread rain early Thursday. Looks like it's going to last through most of Friday. I'll bring you a full forecast on that coming up here in just a bit.
A small group gathered in Oakland today to speak out once again about the fatal New Year's Day shooting of Oscar Grant. As KRON 4's Teresa Estacio reports tonight, the members of the group say that they will continue to mobilize until there's justice in this case.
It was a small group, only about a dozen people, but their message was strong and clear. Yvette Falarca is a spokesperson with BAM, an activist organization who says that they're dedicated to defending equality rights of immigrants and others. She says although the criminal case against BART officer Johannes Meserly is going forward, it is not enough.
We're going to get some real justice and get the truth out. We're going to continue to mobilize throughout the course of this entire case.
Since the shooting on New Year's Day captured on video, there have been numerous protests. Many were outraged that the BART officer involved in the shooting was not immediately arrested. Days passed by, more protests took place, and then 2 weeks after the shooting, Johannes Meserly was arrested in Nevada and charged with murder.
But it never should have taken 2 weeks for him to get bail. He never should have been in Nevada to begin with.
In fact, Falarca has some very harsh words for the Alameda County District Attorney's Office, claiming that they and BART police have been involved in a cover-up. She is also outraged that Meserly has been granted bail.
We're calling on Mayor Dellums to break his silence and condemn the cover-up. 2, we're also calling for our own public investigation, an independent tribunal. We're going to compile our own evidence and make sure that we get the truth out so that way there truly is justice for Oscar Grant.
KRON 4 spoke to the mayor's spokesperson who said, quote, "The mayor is committed to seeing justice being done and wants to work with the community throughout this process," end quote. BART spokesperson Linton Johnson had this to say about a so-called cover-up. The BART Police Department turned over enough evidence for the DA to charge one of its own officers with murder. That speaks volumes about the integrity of the investigation, end quote. In Oakland, Teresa Estacio, KRON 4 News.
At the same time, Oakland police are getting impatient with the violent protesters trashing the downtown area over the BART police shooting of Oscar Grant. Officials say the department's response to future protests will be increased. They won't give specifics, but they say the officers will take a more proactive approach to stopping any violence and vandalism. Police say that they have also heard from Oakland citizens who are also fed up with the destruction. Some alarming information about San Francisco's earthquake preparedness. A new report says that there are some serious dangers still existing in San Francisco that will erupt when another big quake hits. The report raises concerns and compares the fate of San Francisco to New Orleans during Hurricane Katrina. KRON 4's Jonathan Bloom has details.
When the earth shook in 1989, bridges broke, buildings collapsed, and lives were lost. But not the tens of thousands of lives that people were expecting. Now, a report says the next big quake could be far worse for San Francisco because so many of the city's homes are weak buildings sitting on shaky soil.
Our current building code promises no more than if you are in your building when the earthquake hits that you won't die. We want the building code to say more than that.
The report shows why it's a problem. Saving lives isn't enough. Those survivors need a place to live, much like the survivors of Hurricane Katrina. After floodwaters damaged their homes beyond repair, thousands of families had to move out of New Orleans, leaving the city with only a fraction of its population and a crippled economy. That's why urban planners want to make sure
that we don't have another Katrina here in San Francisco, where we have tens of thousands of people leaving the city because they can't occupy their homes.
The biggest problem, they say, is nearly 3,000 so-called soft-story buildings with big open spaces like storefronts or garages lining the first floor, and many are built on top of the soft soil that's vulnerable to liquefaction. The purple and dark blue on this map show the areas of the city's densest housing. Notice the striped liquefaction zones that cut right through them. On this map, the lighter areas are poorer neighborhoods, and some are nearly covered by that striped liquefaction zone, meaning a big quake could put the city's most vulnerable residents out on the street. Planners want to see mandatory retrofitting of those soft-story buildings to prevent a disaster from turning San Francisco into a ghost town.
If we fail to plan to create a resilient city, what we're going to see is a diminished San Francisco. We are going to see the loss of individuals, and we are going to see the loss of jobs.
Planners say they realize now is not the best time to ask building owners and taxpayers to pay for thousands of seismic retrofits. But what we can do immediately, they say, is create a sort of a rating system, an ABC letter grade that lets buyers and renters know exactly how safe their buildings really are. In San Francisco, Jonathan Bloom, KRON 4 News.
Another troubling sign of the times in the Bay Area, the increasing numbers of people who call their car their home. Straight ahead, we'll show you how some people are making the best of a heartbreaking situation. Plus, Americans losing their jobs and wanting Congress to act. We'll tell you what happened in Washington today with the stimulus bill. And an important road closure for those who have to cross water to get to home or work. We'll tell you about it when KRON 4 News at 11 continues.
Mother, this is my friend, Carrie.
Carrie. He introduced me to his mother as a friend.
Maybe they're not that close.
Come on, don't lie, you're in a church.
On the next Sex and the City.
Tonight at 11:30 on KRON 4.
It is called the International. It is the world's most powerful bank. They control everything. It uses your money for murder. Now, Agent Louis Salinger will risk everything to find the truth.
There has to be a way to bring down this bank. I have traced 4 deaths, 2 disappearances, and 3 murders.
How could they possibly have found out?
Drop the gun!
They'll never let you live.
The International, rated R, in theaters February 13th.
He's a drywaller from Escondido. Say hello to Michael Buskin. She's a payroll manager who was once Miss Teen Oxnard. Please welcome Gloria Gruber. She's a happy homemaker from Sunnyvale who plays the oboe. Welcome Courtney Mortimer.
Make Me a Millionaire Scratchers give you a chance to be a contestant on the game show where you could win millions.
Hot-blooded, check it and see. Hey, Carl, you should turn me down. PG&E will give you up to a 20% credit for cutting back January and February.
Okay.
Get more easy gas saving tips at pge.com/wintergassavings.
It's time to start driving, America. And your Dodge dealer is doing whatever it takes to get you on the road. Announcing Employee Pricing Plus Plus. America, we're giving you our employee price on every Dodge vehicle. Plus, savings up to $4,500 on remaining 08 models, or savings up to $3,000 on select 09 models. Plus, well-qualified buyers get 0% financing. Get an all-new Dodge Ram for around $22 grand. See your Dodge dealer today for Employee Pricing Plus Plus and get driving, America.
Game time. Made even more glorious with the Comcast HD Triple Play. Lightning fast internet and free HD. Free.
Honey, Celebrity Dance-Off starts in 5 minutes.
Stay in the game with the Comcast HD Plus Triple Play. Free HD, unlimited nationwide calling, and high-speed internet with Power Boost. Sign up or upgrade today and get a $200 gift check.
Can we DVR the Celebrity Dance thingy?
Oh, okay.
Game time.
Call 1-800-COMCAST now.
Moving through his first 100 days in office, President Obama is pushing his stimulus package. The U.S. Senate has now opened debate on President Obama's massive economic stimulus package. The price tag is fast approaching $900 billion, and it is likely to grow. Before the debate got underway, Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell called for more mortgage relief and additional tax cuts. The bill is a major test for President Obama and the Democrats controlling the Senate. Eric Holder has been confirmed as Attorney General. The vote is historic. Holder will become the first African American to hold the job. Holder's confirmation will trigger reviews and changes to the most controversial Bush administration policies. He will also have to decide whether to prosecute former Justice Department officials who may have violated the law when firing the prosecutors during the Bush administration. A heads up for commuters, a much-traveled and important link in the East Bay is closed tonight. KRON 4's Elaine McKay explains what's closed, why, and for how long.
Do you drive between Oakland and Alameda? A major thoroughfare is closed tonight. You'll have to detour. It's the Webster Tube. It is now shut down and will stay closed until 4:30 Tuesday morning. Now, the Webster Tube is the tunnel which carries traffic from Oakland to Alameda, runs right here underneath the Oakland estuary. Now, the closure tonight allows Caltrans to check the condition of the tube's concrete ceiling to make sure it's not in danger of falling down into traffic. This closure is precautionary because of events back in January. The Webster Tube was shut down for just over 6 6 hours one night after a giant chunk of concrete about 8 feet wide fell from the ceiling down onto the road below. No injuries resulted from the scare, but Caltrans wants to make sure that won't happen again. Tonight's detour is either the High Street Bridge or the Fruitvale Bridge. Tomorrow night, Caltrans will have the Posey Tube closed. The detour route for tomorrow is the same as tonight. Elaine McKay, KRON 4 News.
One clear sign that the economy is worsening is the increasing number of people living in their cars. KRON 4's Craig Sklar takes a closer look at life in decline for those hit the hardest.
Just the sight of a rundown car stuffed with possessions puts Shirley Engel ill at ease and brings back bad memories of the last 3 months living in her own car before finally leaving it behind just a week ago.
It makes me want to cry, yeah.
Engel lost her home in Monterey last year, and with a tough economy and few options, she turned to living in a small truck day after day. For her and many others turning to this way of living, it's demoralizing and dangerous.
Scary, really frightening, scared that somebody would break in or I'd lose everything. Definitely no way to live. No, it's cold. No matter how many blankets you have, it's cold.
She now relies on EHC Life Builders in San Jose for help, but that organization points to a 12% increase in homeless in Santa Clara County in the last year. This man is one of them, having lost his job during the recession with his Ford Sable station wagon acting as his storage unit.
Well, I'm lucky I have a car. A lot of people here don't have a car, and they have nowhere to store their stuff. So I have more than a lot of people here.
And if there's no room in any of San Jose's shelters on any given night, he'll sleep in his car. Have you ever had to do that?
No, I haven't had to do that yet. No.
You don't look forward to a day like that?
Oh, no, I don't.
Homeless experts point to the car as the last step before living on the street. Engel says she left her car with the hopes of improving her situation with permanent housing. Still, recent hard times put her and many others in a position they never imagined they'd be in just a year ago.
I never thought that, being 51 years old, that I would end up like this, no.
In San Jose, Craig Sklar, KRON 4 News.
In news around the Bay Area tonight, Richmond police say they need the public's help to find the man who fatally shot 2 brothers in broad daylight Saturday in the driveway of an apartment complex on 16th Street. 20-year-old Ron Boughton and his 19-year-old brother Brian were moving furniture from the complex when a man walked up, shot them both, and then fled. Police don't know the motive. The brothers were moving because of concern about the neighborhood. The deaths were the first homicides in Richmond's Iron Triangle this year. With talk of mandatory water rationing, the wine harvest in Sonoma County faces a big challenge. While the grapevines are dormant right now, irrigation begins in June. And like everyone else, the growers will have to conserve water. And the effect may be smaller crop yields by harvest time in late summer and fall. That means less wine. Grape growers have dealt with drought years before, and unless there is more rain, water rationing could ultimately mean higher prices for consumers.
Well, we are certainly going to be seeing more rain this week. First, though, we have another warm day, so near 70 degrees for tomorrow, pretty widespread. Things will start to change, though, Wednesday. Increase in clouds, rain pretty likely on Thursday and Friday, along with cooler temperatures. It looks like the majority of the weekend is going to stay dry, but some changes are definitely possible for Monday, so we'll keep you posted. We hope we can get as much rain as we can get, really, because we definitely need it. Current conditions out there right now, widespread 50s. It's not too bad. 56 in San Francisco, definitely on the mild side. Upper 40s, as you can see in Santa Rosa and Napa. We're looking at some patchy fog in the North Bay and East Bay valleys for tomorrow morning. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we can expect over the next several days. Now, we saw that we're going to be seeing warm temperatures still because all the dry conditions, they're going to stick around at least through tomorrow. These clouds are going to start to roll in after that on Wednesday, and the storm you can see spinning right here, that's what's going to be affecting us Thursday. Let's go ahead and take a look at Futurecast with our rain tracker. You can see very early in the morning Thursday, 3 o'clock in the morning, widespread rain here. As we put this into motion all of Thursday and really all of Friday, we are expecting rain showers, at least of some sort. They could actually get pretty strong, though, towards the afternoon, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. As you see here, this yellow indicating more moderate rainfall. It is possible. Looks like we could even see some thunderstorms, as you saw from that extended forecast. Let's give you one last look at that extended forecast. Your KRON 4 7-day around the bay. Warm and sunny conditions tomorrow, then increasing clouds on Wednesday. Rain looks pretty likely pretty much all day Thursday and Friday. Chances of thunderstorms in the afternoon. And then your weekend looks like it's shaping up to be a dry one.
Kobe Bryant goes to the Big Apple and breaks the Madison Square Garden scoring record. And Warriors guard Monte Ellis leaves tonight's overtime game with the Spurs with an ankle injury, the same one he hurt in the moped accident. Gary has an update. He's next.
More local news. KRON 4, the Bay Area's news station.
Announcing Southwest Airlines' Yes You Can sale. Sure, money is tight right now, but you can fly for a whole lot less than you think. Hurry and book your nonstop flight today from the San Francisco Bay Area to our convenient airports in Southern California, Burbank, Los Angeles, Ontario, and San Diego. Fly Southwest Airlines from the Bay Area to Southern California for just $49 one way. So get away and book your next trip now at southwest.com. Low fares, no hidden fees.
I like to move it. You like to move it.
The fun begins when Madagascar 2 comes to DVD this Friday. Critics rave it's the funniest family movie of the year.
It's more fun when you raise your arms like this.
And now you get more Penguin Adventures in an exclusive DVD you can only get with a double DVD pack.
Oh, I like that one.
And for a limited time, you'll save $5 when you buy your double DVD pack using coupons in Friday's newspaper.
That's a number I can live with.
DreamWorks Madagascar 2. Buy yours this Friday.
The better we breathe, the better we perform. The Infinity V-Vel engine creates more power using less fuel. Nothing breathes like it. Nothing performs like it. Available on the Infinity G Sedan and G Coupe, named one of KRON Driver's 10 Best for 2009.
I've had asthma for 17 years.
I've had asthma for 24 years.
For 5 years. All my life.
Even with my medicine, my symptoms kept coming back.
So I thought this was as good as it gets.
Until I found out I could actually help prevent my symptoms.
I could help prevent my symptoms.
Turns out there are two main causes of asthma symptoms. Airway constriction I feel, and inflammation I may not. Most medicines don't treat both.
So my doctor prescribed Advair.
Advair treats both main causes to help prevent symptoms in the first place.
Advair contains salmeterol. Salmeterol may increase the chance of asthma-related death. So Advair is not for asthma that's well controlled on another controller medicine. Advair will not replace fast-acting inhalers for sudden symptoms and should not be taken more than twice a day. Talk to your doctor about the risks and benefits of Advair. If you take Advair, see your doctor if your asthma does not improve or gets worse. If you're still having symptoms, ask your doctor how to help prevent them with Advair. Find out how to get your first full prescription free at advair.com.
The warmth, the comfort, the elegance of a fireplace. This is where family and friends gather. The place where memories are made that last a lifetime. If you would like the charm and beauty of a real fireplace in your home, call the Fireplace Element. Whether it's an all-new fireplace or a redesign on an already existing hearth, we can create the fireplace you've always dreamed of, custom made to suit any space. Call us for a consultation or visit our website at thefireplaceelement.com.
All right, good evening, everybody. Warriors at home are not that bad. Case in point tonight against Tim Duncan and one of the league's better teams, the San Antonio Spurs. Steven Jackson has a championship ring when he played for the Spurs, and he got off. 33 points, 11 assists. Down to the wire, though, Tony Parker. To tie the game at 89. Still in the fourth, Monte Ellis, 17 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. Ellis is doing his thing, and the Warriors, the home crowds are great here. I mean, the Warrior crowds are just great. But a controversial call allows San Antonio to hit 2 free throws, tie the game, and then Jackson tries to force a shot and get a foul. Doesn't work. And the Warriors fell out of steam in overtime. Prior to fouling out Tim Duncan, he had 32 points and 15 rebounds. Ellis on the play limps to the bench. Same left ankle that he missed the majority of this season with. Did not return. Ginobili weaves in, and Nelson is battered. But one more time, there was a call that really was should have been a no call. Allowed Ginobili to hit 2 free throws, put the game in overtime, and the Warriors are 15 and 34. Andrew Bynum's going to miss at least 8, possibly 12 weeks with a torn MCL. Kobe Bryant ran into him Saturday night versus Memphis. Bryant tonight, 61 points. Most points scored at the new Madison Square Garden. Bernard King had 60. Michael Jordan's high was 55. Bryant 19 of 31, 20 of 20 from the line. Lakers beat the Knicks 126-117. Kobe Bryant scoring 61 points. Now, the Dodgers are getting serious about this Manny Ramirez business. It's been quiet for a while. Ramirez has been offered, according to the Dodgers. They announced tonight a 1-year, $25 million offer. Now, a couple of months ago, the Dodgers offered him 2 years, $45 million, which he declined. Now, if you believe the scuttlebutt, there's not anything really on the table from other teams. The Giants are in a wait-and-see. Larry King is just hanging around, ready to pat him on the back and be ignored. But there it is, $25 million. That would make Ramirez the highest-paid player to Alex Rodriguez. At this hour, though, no word from the Dodgers or excuse me, no word from the agent for Ramirez. 1 year, $25 million. That may not be enough. The Super Bowl champs returned home today. Mike Tomlin, the youngest coach to ever win a Super Bowl at age 36, and the Steeler owner Dan Rooney. By winning yesterday, the Pittsburgh Steelers broke from a tie with Dallas and the 49ers for most Super Bowl wins in history. They now have 6. And how many people saw this game? Wow. Last night's Super Bowl audience estimated at 95.5 million people, second only to last year's New York Giants upset of New England. 95 million people saw the Super Bowl yesterday. And a little something extra special in Tucson, Arizona. You may have heard this story, but a porn clip somehow got in there for 10 seconds during Larry Fitzgerald's touchdown. Comcast has apologized. All right, yesterday's national anthem may have been pre-recorded, but Jennifer Hudson, nonetheless electrifying.
This is chilling.
A 4th place American Idol contestant.
I'm telling you.
More details, more coverage. KRON 4, the Bay Area's news station.
All men are created equal. That is what America is!
Milk's Sean Penn is this year's Screen Actors Guild Award winner for Best Actor. He has unmatched emotional intensity and delivers the performance of the year.
We could have a revolution here.
His metamorphosis is miraculous, transcendent, and career-topping. And now, he's the Academy Award nominee for Best Actor in this year's Oscar-nominated Best Picture.
You gotta give him hope.
Milk, rated R, now playing.
Do you have too much body fat? It tends to accumulate on your stomach, hips, and thighs. Body fat is unattractive and extremely hard to get rid of.
Are you struggling to lose weight? Does it seem like no matter what you do, you just can't get rid of excess body fat?
Body fat builds over our midsection on top of the muscle underneath the skin, and over the years, it gets worse. Body fat increases from having kids, stress at work, lack of exercise, and poor diet.
The Obesity Research Institute has found the solution. It's called Lipozene. Lipozene is clinically proven to help reduce your body fat and weight. And to raise awareness about this weight loss breakthrough, the company is letting people try Lipozene risk-free for 30 days. In a moment, there will be a toll-free number on the screen that you can call to receive your risk-free trial.
Lipozene is so powerful that it's clinically proven to help you lose pure body fat. In fact, a recent major university double-blind study showed that not only did participants lose weight, but 78% of each pound that was lost was pure body fat.
What's even more amazing is that people were not asked to change their daily lives. It's so easy. Just take Lipozene. That's it. If you're ready to get rid of pounds of body fat, then call the number on your screen right now. Lipozene is worth the price because Lipozene is clinically proven to work.
Lipozene is now available over the phone direct from the manufacturer. Call now to try Lipozene risk-free for 30 days for only $29.95. Call in the next 10 minutes and we'll double your order and include your shipping absolutely free. This offer is not available in pharmacies or drugstores. Remember, Lipozene is clinically proven to reduce your body fat and weight, or we'll refund your entire purchase price.
Call 1-800-927-3216. Call now.
Excuse me, do you know the way to Route 70?
Nope.
What is that?
That's the money you could be saving with Geico. Poor fella. Must have been following you for miles. Looks tired.
Tell me.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
And I hope you had a good day. For all of us at ABC News, have a good